Good evening. Good evening. I am Mercy. I'm here to discuss the periodic table, especially for the students who are in grade 7 offering IGCSE courses such as chemistry, lower Cambridge chemistry. The periodic table. What is the periodic table? The periodic table is a table that has elements arranged in it according to their proton number. Elements in the periodic table are arranged based on their proton number, which means that the first element in the periodic table has only one proton. The second element in the periodic table has 2 protons. The third element in the periodic table has 3 protons, and so on. So how many elements are there in the periodic table? Do you know? Have you been taught? Now listen. There are 118, that is 118 discovered elements in the periodic table. These are the elements known in the periodic table, 118 elements. I said earlier that the elements in the periodic table are arranged according to their proton number. How else are the elements arranged in the periodic table? Elements are arranged according to the metallic, metalloid, and non-metallic nature. Metallic elements. The metallic elements are found on the left side of the periodic table. What about the metalloid? The metalloid are found after the metallic elements, while the non-metallic elements are found at the far right of the periodic table. How many elements are metallic? How many elements are metalloid? How many elements are non-metallic elements? There are 89 metallic elements in the periodic table. What about the metalloid? There are 7 metalloid elements in the periodic table. How about the non-metallic elements? There are 22 non-metallic elements in the periodic table. Altogether gives 118 elements in the periodic table. Now, in what state are the metallic elements found? Almost all. And I said almost. I don't mean all. Almost all the elements in the periodic table are solid. They are in solid state at room temperature, except for only mercury, which is liquid at room temperature. What about the non-metallic elements? They are found in the 3 states of matter. They are found in solid states, liquid states, and in gaseous states. Need I tell you? The oxygen we breathe in is a non-metallic element. Yes. Beside oxygen, we have hydrogen, nitrogen. These are non-metallic elements in gaseous states. We have more than that. But before we proceed, I would like to be taking them piece by piece, talking about the metallic element. There are 3 types of metallic elements in the periodic table. We have the reactive, that is, very active metals in the periodic table. We have the unreactive, that is, less reactive metals in the periodic table. And we also have the inert, yes, unreactive, non-reactive metals in the periodic table. The non-reactive metals, among them silver, platinum, gold. These metals are non-reactive. Others are reactive. Copper is less reactive. Yes, this nature of the metals, the reactive metals, makes them to be able to combine easily with other elements, the non-metallic element. Now how? Let me tell you this. The metallic elements, they are electron givers. They have electrons because each element is made up of atoms, millions of atoms. And in this atom, we have protons, neutrons, and electrons. Remember, I said the elements in the periodic table are arranged based on the proton number. Now, the proton, the neutron, and the electron make up an atom, and millions of atoms make up an element. Yes, millions of atoms make up an element. These elements, especially metallic elements, they use the electrons to combine with other elements. How do they do this? They do this by giving out the excess electron. They do that by giving out the electrons that are found in their outermost shell. Outside, they have shells or orbitals around them. So the shells that is found in the outermost part of the element is where electrons is released from. Yes, from where electron is released. So elements, metals, they are electron givers. They give out electron in order for them to combine with other elements. To form what? To form compounds. Yes, to form compounds. Remember I said the periodic table houses 118 elements. Beside housing this element, it is arranged in a particular order, in the order of their proton number. The increase in proton number, that is, the number of protons present, determines the position of an element in the periodic table. And I also went ahead to tell you, I said that the periodic table is also arranged or categorized into three: the metallic, the metalloid, and the non-metallic elements. I said there are more metallic elements in the periodic table than there are non-metallic elements. There are 89 non-metallic, 7 metalloid, 22 non-metallic. Yes, and I focus on the metallic elements. I told you that the metallic elements, they are electron givers. They are also categorized into three: the active, the unreactive or less reactive, and the inert. Inert means not reacting, not willing to react, not reactive. These are the three categories of metallic elements. Now let's talk about the metallic elements, their properties. The metallic elements said they are majorly solid at room temperature, except for which element? Can you remember which elements, which metal is not in a solid state at room temperature? Can you guess? Can you remember? I said it earlier. Yes, you are right. Mercury. Mercury is not found in solid state at room temperature. It is liquid. Yes, liquid at room temperature. Yes, you guessed right. Yes, you were correct. It means you were following. You were actually following my class. Besides this, I said these metallic elements, what are their properties? We may take these metallic elements They give out ringing sound when you hit them. Bam! When you hit them, they give out ringing sound. And that is why we make use of metal in bell making, for making bells. Yes, because of the ringing sound. Another thing, another property of metals. Metallic elements can be hammered into shape. You can hammer it, you can hammer them, hit them to form various shapes instead of hitting and they shattered. No, metallic elements will not shatter. You can hammer them into shape. They are lustrous. What does it mean to be lustrous? When they are freshly cut, they are shiny. Yes, they are shiny. That is lustrosity. It means they are lustrous. Besides this, the most metallic elements are hard. Yes, you heard me right. Most metallic elements are hard, except for a few, such as potassium, sodium, that are soft as your butter. Yes, most metallic elements are hard. They have high melting points, they have high boiling points, they are good conductors of heat and electricity. Yes, good conductors of heat and electricity. These are some of the properties of metallic elements. I hope you enjoy this class tonight. Watch out for my next class. Until then, have a lovely night rest. I am still the same Mercy Opapolo. Thank you.